All right, so now let's create these transactions. So whenever the order is completed, we'll generate the transactions. So for that, let's generate files. Let's go to VS Code, open up terminal, and then run this command. PHP artisan make model, transactions, and migration file. So I've already generated this model and migration file. So I'll go to the migration file, transaction, table migration, and I've added some of the columns. Transaction ID, so this ID will be the reference ID that they will reference if in case some payment related problem arises for complaint, and amount paid, our commission, and status of the payment. So this commission will keep and will pay them this amount. Okay, so let's go ahead and generate migrate it. Migrate, table migrated. Let's go to transactions, transaction.php, and let's make this fillable for now. Fillable, and the fillable fields are, let me open up this. So transaction ID, amount paid, commission, status. Yeah, we can make everything fillable, or so it is not recommended to make everything fillable because this transaction table is critical table. For now I'll just do it like this because these thing won't come from form, that's why we can trust. So we'll create transaction whenever the order is completed. So we have to put one button for transactions, and then that will be responsible for transaction related code. So this admin will do that. So what we'll do is, let's go back to admin panel, log in as admin. Admin, so here we have to add bread for that. Tools, bread for this transactions table. So I think we missed one thing in transaction, that is the order ID, sub order ID. So let's fix that first. Let's go back to transactions table and add one foreign item, sub order table. Let's copy that from there. So foreign will be sub order ID, constraint to the sub orders table. Perfect. Let's roll back. Let's migrate again. Migrate it. And let's again go to transaction. We will need that relationship with suborder. And instead of doing let's do order. It's okay, let's do suborder. return this transaction belongs to suborder. Okay, so here we are creating bread for that, and everything is looks cool to me. We'll need ID, we don't need to show that. This will be the text field, amount paid. Yeah, for now let's keep them text. Let's see if there is any floating. I think number is also fine for now. Text looks okay. So this will be the enum field, which will generate in a moment. Let's submit it. Okay, so it says required suborder ID. Let's see what is the issue. All right, so the problem here is there are two transaction ID created. Sorry about that. We can get rid of this. So I think this is added by Voyager or something. Not sure about that. Okay, this is translation. Okay, sorry about that. This is translation and this is transaction. So the problem here is we added suborder ID here, and here we didn't refresh this page. Let's go again. Let's refresh this page, and let's do add bread to transactions, and hit submit. Yeah, perfect. So sometimes just refresh the page, and if we browse, currently there are no transactions. So the transactions will generate from suborders. So here we have to add bread for suborders as well. Let's go to bread. Let's go to suborders. Here we go. Add bread. Submit it. Perfect. You can see suborders. Alright, so whenever something is completed, we'll add here one button which will do the order completed thing. Actually, it will create the transactions, or we can say we paid them. So admin will just view here grand total and then decide how much to pay. So that button will have all the logic required to pay the seller. In order to add one button to this, we need to override this view, which is the browse view. So if you want to edit any of the files, you can just refer to here. Here you can override all of these files by creating new file inside views, resources views, vendor, and then slug name. In this case, we'll have slug name, let's see, suborders, sub dash orders. So let's create that folder inside. Let's collapse everything. resources, views, vendor, Voyager, and inside Voyager, let's create that new folder. Sub dash orders. Let's verify, yeah. And inside this, we need to create one new file, browse. So we want to edit browse, that's why we need browse.plate.php. And the content of this file will be, so you can get that content inside vendor, tcg, voyager, and go to resources, views, and bread, and this browse.blade. So this is what we need, browse.blade. You can just copy it. So it would be cool if they allow us to just create just add button like this. So this only works for edit and add. So I wish they make this available for browse as well. We would have just used these 3 lines of code instead of copying pasting all those things. So for now we have to do copy paste everything, and let's verify if our code is kicked in or not. Let's put some dummy h1 tag so that it will be visible to us. Yeah, there we go, our code is kicking in. Perfect. And let's find out the buttons. Where are they? So buttons will be on last. So let's collapse this model. This JavaScript section we don't need, and we are only concerned about these actions. Okay, so for these we just need to add one more button here. Let's add it here. So for reference we can just view this actions and copy the button design from there as well. Let's do that. Let's go to vendor, tcg voyager, and parcels actions. So here inside actions we have couple of buttons. So these buttons will be needing. So I think we don't need to give any other classes, just this class button, type submit. Let's see how it looks. Okay, so in table data, this is looping through everything and then displaying. So we will not go inside loop, but right here we will need, let's say, a tag for now, and then p for now. Let's keep it like so, and let's see if we do class button, then it will. So I'm not sure how to make this thing look like button. So if we do button, we cannot, we have to use JavaScript. Yeah, looks better. Okay, so there is one link. So you can just copy this link and it will have all the classes required. So in this link, we can get title. Yeah, we don't need title. So this method will convert all attributes to HTML and then put all attributes here. So we don't need to do anything there. So this href will be writing this custom href. and this title will be our own title, that will be P. Yeah, so here we can put icon class. Let's refresh. Yeah, we have this pay button over there. Let's see if we can use bootstrap class there. Class margin left. Yeah, we can't. Alright, so for now let's put it like this, and what we'll do is we'll only display this link if the order is completed. So if this data status equals to completed, then only we'll display this thing. And if okay, so I think we can give here looks like we can give our own class button sn. Let's see. Okay, and this thing we don't need. Okay, so this href will be our route order pay, and then we'll pass in data, which will be the order instance or order model. And let's create this route. Why don't we just create a controller, php artisan make controller sub order controller, and let's quickly create that route get order pay sub order controller pay, and then route pay. Let's only make order.pay. Now let's go to suborder controller and generate that method p. Let's item something for now. Okay, route does not exist. Okay, it's not route, it's name. So let's hit pay. That should hit that route. Perfect. Okay, then I will write logic there. So this pay accepts order, or actually it is suborder. Suborder. And then in suborder, we'll get suborder, suborder, and then suborder transaction create. And here we will create our transaction. And let's verify we have that method transactions. Let's go to suborder. We don't have that method. Transactions return this has many. Okay, so we need to fill up all these fields. Let's generate transaction ID. For now, let's do string unique ID. Yeah, I think we use that method offered by PHP. Is it unique ID? Not sure. Let's search for that. Unique ID PHP. Yeah, it is unique ID like this. Unique ID, and then we can supply trans. So to make it more unique, we can append suborder ID here, and then it will have this prefix and then some unique string. All right, and then amount paid. So this amount paid will be suborder grand total. For now, let's make that. And commission. So we'll use later on use some logic for commission. For now, we'll just make 10%, which will be 0.1 times suborder grand total. So status, now let's keep that pending, and later on after paying, admin will do complete it. Okay, this should create our transactions. Let's return back. For now, return back with message, or we can return to transactions. Transaction created. So we can return back, or we can just direct user to transactions page. So let's redirect them to transactions page. Okay, looks like we have some problem in transactions. All right, so this error because I was playing around and I have created this transactions folder inside vendor voyager. I will just delete that. So you might not get this error. I'm getting error because I have created that folder. So while creating suborder folder, I accidentally created that. So yeah, we'll redirect user to this admin transactions. Redirect to /admin/transactions. Okay, perfect. Let's see this in action. Let's go to our suborders page and let's pay them. Okay, has me. Sorry about that. Looks like I have done some typo while doing it fast. Yeah, so transaction created. So here we go. Order ID, amount paid, commission, pending, this. So after manually paying, admin will manually pay and edit the status to the completed here. All right, so there are a lot of improvements. You can do a lot of small things. We have just done high level thing. So this is how we do transactions. So we might have some other logic for commissions. Many things can be made better. So that's it. I'll see you on another video. Bye.